Peace, 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 and blessings. This is Pastor Ben coming live on a Wednesday with a little Wednesday wisdom, and I'm trying to get everything posted up and get it situated. So excuse me while I get everything situated. But I just want to say thank you to all those who watched Saturday morning or came back later and watched the Live from the Resource Center Saturday morning show where we'll do new episodes uh, every Saturday. I want to thank all those that joined in, but also just laying it out. And I might have forgot to lay this out on Saturday, but also on Wednesdays, I'll kind of pop on for maybe 15, 20 minutes and just share a thought or something, or maybe have somebody on some dialogue, just to pop in and check in weekly, just to keep you engaged and everything. But as always, I just want to encourage everybody joining us on YouTube to like, share, subscribe. Make sure to tell your family, friends, tell your mother, tell your father, send a telegram. But share it and get the word out what we're doing. I'm gonna try to get my producer, super producer Will Mackey McKee in here in a minute. We having some technical difficulties, but I'm gonna work on that while we're live because I want to bring him on and introduce him to everybody as well because he's been instrumental in getting the word out and sharing and motivating and pushing me to get this thing started again. So give me a minute and we'll jump on that. But I hope everybody's having a blessed week so far. We're in the middle. We almost home to the weekend, and where I hope we got some great plans. And I'm gonna share some stuff that I'll be doing this weekend. And if you're in the Triad area or parts nearby, even Burlington, Madison, Mayodan, Reedsville, everywhere. If you're in this area, hopefully you can come on out and share with everybody. But just as a reminder, on Facebook, if you're joining us on YouTube, on Facebook, you can go to the RCB store or Resource Center bookstore on Facebook. And just as always, I like to remind everybody, and you'll see it running down here. You can follow us on IG at the RCB store. So please follow us on IG. And you can also, let me switch it up. I'm doing a little something. You can email us at the rcbstore@gmail.com. And then once again, every Saturday, you can join us at 7 a.m. So let me figure out and see if I could get Brother McKee on here, and then we gonna get started. And like I say, I'll share a little thought. But my apologies, I didn't have all this worked out. But I'm gonna try it again and see what's going on with my brother. But a lot going on. So we'll see. Let me see if I can get him in here. All right, let's try it again. But first and foremost, the key element to this Wednesday wisdom is just a thought. I hope to be able to share a thought that might motivate everybody, or something I saw or heard this week. And it was interesting. I saw a clip of the Damon Wayans interview with Club Shay Shay. And I'm going to be honest, even though Damon Wayans is one of my favorite entertainers, I hadn't watched the whole interview. But I've seen several clips, and I saw a clip where he was talking about his father. I'm not going to go into all the details, but I just want to share one thing that hit and was pretty strong. And you may have seen it, but I'll reiterate it, so work with me. But he said the greatest gift that his father ever gave him was coming home every day. And that was very strong because, he's often talked about the rough conditions, being poor or poverty stricken and everything. But his dad was consistently coming home after working hard and not always coming home to the best reception, we'll say. But he said the greatest gift was him coming home every day. And then he said the lesson that his dad taught him was basically consistency, but to keep working hard. But he said the basic lesson he taught him was to do what you can do until you can do what you want to do. And I thought that was awesome, and I think a lot of times it just speaks to that element of perseverance that's needed. Oftentimes we have to sacrifice so much until we can get to the point where we can enjoy things or do things how we want to. But the key is that perseverance and that consistency. And I think, that's tough, especially when things don't go your way, or things are not received, or every day you're just beat down by just everyday life, the struggles, those who may not want to see your success. But if you stay consistent and keep doing what you can do, eventually you will get to a point where you can do what you want to do. And I think that's very valuable. And then as a father of 3 queens in training, 3 young ladies, as you see my shirt, outnumbered, dad of girls, and I got the lion because I got to be strong. It's very valuable because we may not think about that. And being that I am, in their lives, and, they may take that for granted because we know that there are some children that don't have that consistent parent or know that parent. So we know it's valuable. So I don't take that lightly. And the one thing I do want to be is consistent. So I will leave that there, but I'm gonna keep trying to get Brother McKee in. I don't know. I'm about to pull a Sarnetta. Let me call him up. Let me shout out to Sarnetta TV. All right, hold on. We keep it real. This is live. What's going on, Brother Mackey? Look, I'm on live, but you're not on speaker. I wouldn't do you like that, like Sarnetta, but is what's going on with the link? Yeah. I wonder why it's doing that. Uh, see. All right, I'm gonna refresh it, and I'm gonna try to see that way. Um, yeah. Let me send it because okay, okay, all right. Appreciate it, brother. All right. I think we figured it out. Let's see. If not, I'm gonna send them this new one just in case. But that is super producer, motivator, innovator, William McKee. So get that out. All right, so we're gonna see. We're gonna see. Hopefully, we can get him in here soon. But let me jump into some things real quick because, like I say, this is just only be a few minutes. I don't want to hold everybody long. Just want to check in with you, maybe give you a refresh, and maybe help you get through the rest of. There he is. What's going on, brother Mackey?
What's going on, brother Ben? How y'all doing tonight?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. And for those that may not, this is brother William Mackey McKee. I gotta put your handles and stuff up, man. I gotta put your handles up. He is the CEO of Biographies TV and Books. And we glad to have him on. And he does, let me say this, ladies and gentlemen, he has the #1 rated show on Resource Center TV. So if you get a chance, check him out. Check him out. But what's going on, brother?
Hey, man, that's a high honor. I want to say thank you. Thank you for the salutations. And I salute the launch of your show. And I watched episode 1 along with many other people and thought it was a phenomenal show. And I think it meets the zeitgeist, meaning that it is what we need at a time such as this. So I applaud you. It's not easy to put yourself out there and to be transparent, but you're doing it, and I think it's going to be awesome for the community.
No doubt, no doubt, no doubt. And on that note, that's a great segue. Speaking of community, and I shared a little thought coming from a piece that I saw of Damon Wayans, but also, I told everybody, as I said, I want to update everybody on what's going on. But tonight, I was able to be a part of a call for the Triad Area Poor People's Campaign, and I guess it had been kind of dormant for a minute in this area, or they needed to restructure some of the leadership. But it was a good call, and an array of people on it, and everybody is ready to do work. And I don't know if many saw what happened at the Moral Monday rally they had in DC, and then when Reverend Barber and some other pastors and everybody went to pray in the Capitol Police arrested them. I guess for trespass, I'm not sure, but in prayer, but in this time, many are called, chosen a few. But the one thing that I take from the call, I won't get all into that, but we often see these things on the national stage. But one thing that was reiterated on the call is the focus in our state, right, and in our local area. So it was refreshing. They said, yeah, we will do some of the larger things to DC, but we want to make sure that our focus remains on our state where we live, those things that mostly impact us as residents of the state of North Carolina. And then as you get, even more local, in our local cities and towns. So that was very refreshing, and everybody had a positive outlook. Everybody was ready to work. So that being said, Brother McKee, before I let you plug, well, no, we'll go there first because that's the first event of the weekend. So I'll come back to that. I know I'm all over the place, but hey, we live. We on a Wednesday. It's just about connection. So, and I'm talking too much. So, Brother Mackey, I want you to, if you could, kind of talk about the First Friday Syncretism event that's taking place here in Greensboro this weekend.
Yeah, and I was plugged in to your comments about Reverend Barber and the Poor People's Campaign, which is, I guess, the 2025 iteration of a continuum going back to Dr. King and those warriors of SCLC and the collage or the gumbo of civil rights organizations that upon Dr. King's passing or assassination. He was working on that, and he was the tent city in DC that they were building to bring attention and light unto poverty in America, which has continued to just exponentially spike since King's passing. King was very successful, and the women and men in that movement were very successful with desegregation and achieving some moniker of equality, although we know that's being challenged right now. But the poverty line, which King was pivoting towards, he always had a heart for it. He and his awesome queen wife, Coretta, will always had their minds and their hearts and their spirits on the poor. But I think with some civil rights, equality, well, integration victories, he was pivoting towards civil rights to meet civil rights, silver rights, SILVER. He said, for example, what good is it to desegregate a lunch counter when you can't afford anything on the menu? So he was pivoting towards poverty. So salute to those great people over there, the Poor People's Campaign, Reverend Barber, and all those women and men, clergy and lay that are doing the work. I don't have to, we don't even have to get into, is this what I would do, or is this happening? Hey, I know you've said it many times before in our conversations. Shout out to the people that are doing something for somebody other than themselves. And this is a noble effort, no matter how one sees it. Yeah, but to the event, I just said that because it was in me to say, and I think it's all connected because the event on Friday, which is at the Black Belt Soap Company, which connects to a movement. It connects to community. It's a minority-owned business that is been a staple in the community and housed there. We will have from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. We will be networking. There'll be some vendors there, some minority-owned businesses, but welcome and open to all people. So that's Friday night, Greensboro, North Carolina, Black Belt Soap Company, downtown Greensboro. Look forward to seeing people out. Look, if you don't go out a lot, cause I don't, but I'm gonna be at this because this is the kind of thing I will go out for. A good time, yes. Good DJs, good music, but supporting these companies that if there's ever been a need for these companies, it's now.
No doubt. Yeah. No doubt. And we're looking forward to that. And you want to shout out the brother that's the host and the mind behind it.
Definitely. And Dr. Will Boone, who's a scholar, activist, entrepreneur, and just a good brother who conceived of this idea along with the owner of Black Belt Soap, that's a powerhouse couple that run that great business, and their great products there. They came together and decided to do this. It's not a one-off. There'll be more. So if you come out or you hear about it and you want to display what your company does or what your organization is all about, and it's for the upliftment of our community, please be a part of the next one or this one. There's still space. So yeah, shout out to Dr. Will Boone and what he's doing.
No doubt. So as I flashed up, and I'll flash it up again a little later, but it's if you're in the Triad area, Greensboro area, it will be at Black Belt Soap Company, 416 East Market Street in Greensboro. So please come on out. There'll be art, music, networking, all that. So please come on out, support from 5 to 8 p.m. this Friday. May the 2nd. I almost said March. Let me come back to the future. So no doubt, and I want to thank you for that word in speaking back to the movement and the foundational, requisite for the Poor People's Campaign, and as he said, shout out to those that's doing something, and it's I think no greater time than this than we should um, be aware of what's going on and what impacts us, uh, and doing something. Uh, I'm one for collective, but I'm not going to get on that horse. We'll say that for Saturdays. But we do need to begin to do more uh, collective economics and truly become community. But we'll get into that later date. But on that thought, I just want to highlight some other things that's going on this weekend. And like I say, our focus a lot is locally because, we want to highlight the things that are going on around us, things we're a part of, or things we can lift up and promote so people are aware of things locally. But also, if you have things in your area, you may be in Virginia, South Carolina, Georgia, Tennessee, let us know if we can lift it up. But I know this Saturday, um, is kind of big. So we got the first Friday, but this Saturday is kind of big for me because I'm actually uh, up for election to the board of our local co-op here in Greensboro. So there'll be a meeting and vote, and then a big celebration starting at 2 p.m. So once again, if you're in the Greensboro area, 2 p.m., 2 to 5, I believe there'll be music, some vendors at the Deep Roots Co-op Market, which is the big fundraiser, annual fundraiser. So come on out. We'll be there. And you can come out, have fun, fellowship, and donate. Let's help support our co-op, which supports a lot of our local farmers and entities. And we want to continue to help grow that because it is also Black owned, by the way. So, but come on out if you're in the area and fellowship and celebrate and be a part of that. And then also, this is, well, a lot of the rallies are going on tomorrow, but there'll be some through the weekend. But this is, I believe, tomorrow, May 1st, is May Day, International Workers' Day. So there'll be some rallies. I know there's some taking place in Winston-Salem, in the Winston-Salem area. I believe at the courthouse tomorrow from 4:30 to 6:30. There'll be some rallies in honor of National Workers' Day. And then in Greensboro on Sunday, May 4th, may the 4th be with you, is the International Workers' Day rally at the Guilford County Courthouse from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on Sunday. So if you're in the area and you want to take part of that and join, come on out. A lot of it's being organized through the mobilize.us app. So if you go to mobilize.us and then you can hit /Mayday or just go to the site, you'll see a lot of the rallies and things that are taking place, and you can put in your zip code and everything, and it'll show you all the ones taking place in your area. If you want to just know what's going on or know what they're rallying for, or if you want to join and take part. But it is a very busy weekend this weekend, a lot going on. So hopefully we'll have a lot to report on, if not Saturday morning, but next Wednesday when we check in. But final thoughts, like I say, we're getting close to 10 o'clock. But Brother Mackey, anything else you want to lift up before we break out? Or any shout outs, any other shout outs?
Again, just reiterating the event on Friday night. Of course, everybody come out that can. And also all of the things that you just mentioned with community-based people empowering themselves to make the world a better place. I mean, we can use we can get the data out. We can get the persuasive language out. But at the end of the day, it's people trying to make the world a better place for all people. So I salute all those events, and I salute Live from the Resource Center. I salute your show again as being important in a day and time where there are a lot of shows. There are a lot of talking heads. It's been democratized now,
Yeah.
but we can't have too much of this. We always need somebody and people like yourselves that are lifting up the best in us and making us reach for those higher ideals of egalitarian society, altruism, and just upliftment. So shout out to all that, and
Yeah.
may your show prosper, brother.
Thank you, brother. And no doubt. And just an extra on that, we will be going live from it. So if you're unable to make it for whatever reason, we do plan to jump on live for a little bit, maybe have some interviews of some folks, and that way we can bring you into the fellowship and the celebration in the community. So be on the lookout for that. And then on Saturday morning, as I've been flashing on the screen and running across the screen, we'll have a new episode. We'll go live, and this will be the full-fledged full launch. So we'll have the intro. We'll have everything. As you see, we got everything running, but we'll get into it. Last Saturday just wanted to lay out the format, but now we're ready to go. And but I do want to give a couple shout outs before I get out of here. I want to give a shout out, and I'm gonna try to get him on Saturday, to brother D McDonald with I Am Dope, as well as the Bull City Bruins, and I want to get him on to talk about some of the stuff he's doing. And we also have a podcast that we do. Names Are Not Important with Mac and Free, and we'll share that information. You can check that out. We got many past episodes on there. You can check that out. So I'm gonna try to get them on. But I want to shout out to Nate up there in Richmond, Virginia, who started out to him and everything he's doing. And then I want to shout out the 2.0 crew, the Live from the Resource Center Saturday mornings with the Resource Center, which was started. It was an idea Brother Mackie McKee came up with. We kicked it off on Saturdays, having fun, and then we enhanced it, and we brought the team in, the Fab Five. We brought Brother D McDonald in. We brought Dr. Naisha Douglas in, and then eventually we had the lottery pick, Brother J.C. Polk, that came on, and we did that for a while and shared the love. And so I want to give a shout out to all those that were a part of this, and they're still love, and we're going to pull them in because, when we talk about what you're reading, Dr. Douglas is an author. So we got to bring her on to talk about her book that's addressing a huge issue that plagues us wherever we are, and that is food insecurity and food deserts. So we will get into that. So I don't have no more. I just want to say, man, thank you again, Brother Mackie. I'm glad we were able to work that out and get you on. And y'all check us out on Saturday morning at 7 a.m., man. We out.
Hey, one more thing, man.
Oh, go ahead, brother.
Before you go, I want to shout out to your show for being, I call it in the spirit of a verb. I know when you conceived this show, you stressed the fact that you didn't want to just talk. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of talking heads, as I said earlier, but I applaud the fact that your show is tied to action, whether it's activism, minority business, health and wellness. Your show has always been And shout out to D2 with Nanny and those and that brother who's done a great job. But yeah, your show is about action. It's a gerund. It's an ing on the end. You're doing something, and that's so important in this day and time. So shout out to you for a real live show that is in motion. So big ups to that.
Appreciate that, brother. Well, that said, ain't no more need to be said. We out, and we'll see you Friday. Catch us Friday. We'll go live from the event, and then we'll be back with a new show on Saturday. Y'all be blessed, and we'll see you. Remember, do what you can do until you can do what you want to do.
Oh, that's right.